Alrighty. Good morning. Hey, Nazi. All right. Well, happy Monday. Welcome to week 3. So today's focus is going to be breathing. We're going to do a couple of different kinds of breathing from yoga, and these are 2 types of breathing that we're going to focus on. Maybe 3 if we've got time. Maybe we'll save that for another one. But that I have found incredibly helpful. So we will be doing that. And yeah, and away we go. So grab your mat, get yourself set up, turn on a little yoga music, take a few extra sips of coffee, and let's get ourselves started. What do you say? All right. Okay. Okay. I'll be there in just 1 second. I'm still in my slippers. Just a couple more sips of coffee. We had some rain over the weekend. It was great. I'm sure my plants are very happy. But it looks like it's going to be a nice sunny day. Very clear skies. And I'm going to brave Costco today. I have this tiny bottle of hand sanitizer that I had to dig out of my backpacking gear because, of course, nobody's got any. And Tim and I both have our masks, so we're all set to go. We actually have masks left over from the massive wildfires in California last fall. So we've got some masks left over. Lucky for us, because otherwise we'd be improvising. So yeah, mask and hand sanitizer, and we're going to go to Costco. And hopefully get enough stuff that we don't have to go out for a while. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. So we're going to start where we always start, with those seated stretches, because they're so great at opening up the center of the body, and that'll help when we get into our breathing too. So find that comfortable seated position, whatever it is looking like for you today, and close your eyes when you're ready, settle in, and just start taking those deep breaths in and out through your nose. And as you take those deep breaths, notice what is moving as you inhale. And if you've been doing this with me for a couple of weeks now, you may notice that there's a lot more moving there as you take those deep breaths. And let's give those deep breaths a little more room. As you inhale, reach your arms up, lifting your ribs away from your hips. Lift up, get tall, and then exhale. Hands right back down into your lap, staying nice and tall through the center of your body. Another deep breath in. Reach up, lift up, get tall. And exhale down. And go ahead and open your eyes. Let's take those breaths and move them around. Nice deep breath in, reach up, lift up, get tall. And exhale, bow forward. Just coming as far forward as you feel comfortable, wherever that is, and focus on widening across your back. And inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Stay tall, exhale and twist. Just a gentle twist, focusing those deep breaths right into the center of your body. And inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Staying tall, exhale, twist the other way. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall, and then exhale up, out, and over to one side. Top shoulder rolls back a little bit, top arm reaching over. And focus those deep breaths right into your rib cage. Feel it expand. In this one especially, you can use those deep breaths to get a deeper stretch. As you inhale and your rib cage expands, you can feel that stretch get deeper for your whole side. Now we're going to do the same thing for your back. Rolling that shoulder down, keep reaching, keep breathing. You'll feel that stretch move, and then make that stretch deeper just by taking those nice deep breaths. And inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, up and over to the other side. Top shoulder rolls back, top arm reaching over. Ooh, taking those deep breaths right into your rib cage. Let's take that stretch and move it into your back. Rolling that shoulder down, feel that stretch move, and then breathe into it. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, reach forward, round back, separating your shoulder blades. Inhale, open, breathe right into your chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, arms up. Reach up, lift up, get tall. And exhale, hands back into your lap. Ooh, close your eyes again. And now take those deep breaths, feeling everything expand at the same time. Yeah, that's pretty great. All right. And like I said, we're going to take our breathing to the next level this morning. First though, let's come up to all fours. Get a couple more warm-ups before we get into it. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Putting those hands down, fingertips first, then that first big set of knuckles, then your palms. We're going to start with our extreme exhale. Your abdominal muscles are going to play an important part, as you might imagine, in a nice deep breath. So let's start with that extreme exhale, blowing out that air. Nice forceful exhale, feel those muscles engage, and then keep pushing out those last little shreds of air. Pushing until you can't push anymore, and then just relax, and you'll take a nice deep breath in. We'll do a bunch of these. Go at your own pace, follow your own breathing. Everybody do one more. When you're done, let's take a wrist break. Just gently interlace your fingers and do those circles. So I suppose really that extreme exhale is a special kind of breathing as well. All right, come on back up, and we're going to get into our shoulder isolations. Our shoulders are going to play an important part in one of the breaths we're going to learn today. So keeping everything neutral, spine and hips neutral. We're going to start with protract and retract. Separating your shoulder blades, pushing the floor away, and then squeezing them together. Protract and retract. Elbows stay locked. Spine stays neutral. Hips stay neutral. So when you go into protract especially, resist the temptation to also flex your spine. And when you go into retract, resist the temptation to also flex your hips. So keep that spine neutral, hips neutral. The only thing that's moving are those shoulder blades sliding around on your rib cage. And then come back to center. And we're going to elevate and depress. Sliding your shoulder blades up towards your ears, sliding them back towards your hips. Check in with the muscles that are doing that depress movement and give them a little extra flex. All right, and then come on down. Let's take a little wrist break. So we're going to break down the main breath that we're going to learn into a couple different parts. You can stay kneeling, or if you want, you can come into a seated position. This might take a little while. So this first type of breathing is called the Ujjayi breath, or the ocean breath. And it's named for the sound that it makes. So usually when we take a deep breath in through the nose, it's kind of sniffly, it's kind of nasal. It's right through the front, right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that breath deeper into the back of the throat. And this is a little easier to get with your mouth open. So take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale and feel that friction right in the back of your throat as you make that hissing sound. And you'll feel that when you do that, you have to work just a little bit harder with your abs because you're pushing past a little added resistance. So let's do a couple like that. Just take a very relaxed breath in through your nose or through your mouth, and then make that nice hissing sound right in the back of your throat. And it's kind of you're like lifting up the back of your tongue to create just that little extra friction back there. Now we can do that on the way in too. A little more challenging, but close your mouth. You're going to breathe in through your nose, and you're going to try to breathe back to that same spot. It's still going to make a little noise as you inhale. So it's almost like you're just bypassing your nostrils entirely. And that air is going straight to the back of your throat. You're going to notice a few things. You're going to notice it's a lot slower. And you because there's that little restriction back there, there's a little extra resistance, you're going to feel like you can't pull in as much air. It's not that. You just can't pull it in as quickly. So it might feel a little panicky at first. But just relax, let yourself slow down. So take that breath in through your nose and make that little hissing sound in the back of your throat. And then when you've got a nice a lung full of air, you can exhale it through your mouth, going by that same spot. Do a couple more. Let yourself just go back to a natural breathing rhythm. And to do a true Ujjayi breath, you're going to keep your mouth closed the whole time. So you're going to inhale and exhale through your nose, still with that little constriction right in the back of your throat, still making that little hissing noise. So try a few like that. Keep going. So the reason this is called the ocean breath is because you probably noticed that the sound of your breath going in starts kind of soft and then gets louder as you fill your lungs. Starts kind of loud as you exhale and then gets softer as you empty your lungs. It's like listening to ocean waves coming up onto a beach. Keep doing it. And I have found that more than anything else, this is one of my absolute favorite meditation techniques. I'm not good at visualization at all. But having that feeling of the breath going in and out and having that sound to focus my mind on, I find incredibly relaxing, and I can really focus in on just my breath. So I hope that you can take that and use it as a wonderful tool to help focus your mind and calm your body. So go ahead and relax back into just a natural breathing rhythm. And we're going to go back to breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth the way we did first. So let's try that a couple times. Just take that nice deep breath, still with that constriction. And then exhale. Couple more. Just at your own pace. Just follow your own breathing. All right. Relax back down. Regular, natural breathing rhythm. Now we're going to add a little bit of a challenge to that. We're going to add a count. We're going to add some timing. So we've got this great sound to focus on. We've got this feeling right in the back of the throat to help focus on. Now we're going to add a count to focus on. So we're going to inhale for a slow count of 6. And then we're going to exhale for a slow count of 6. Now, this may feel extraordinarily long to start. But don't worry, I promise you're going to get used to it. You just got to time that breath. Don't take in too much at the beginning. See if you can level it out. Take in all your air for the 6. And then exhale, controlling how much you breathe out, so you still have some left for the last couple of counts. All right, so here we go. Just blow it all out, let it go, and let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. One more. All right, relax back down to a natural breathing rhythm. Ooh, so, couple of things you might have found. First, like I mentioned, you might feel like you took in all your air in the first couple counts and blew out all your air in the first couple counts. So that's one thing that we tend to find with our breathing. Or you may have found that at the end of the 6 count exhale, you still had more air. So if that was the case, push a little harder. Think about that extreme exhale. And at those last couple counts, be really cranking down with your abdominal muscles. Push out all those last little shreds of air. So we are going to take that count, and we're going to take this inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and we are going to turn it into a full Bikram-style Pranayama breath. We're going to do this standing. Come on up. Now, one thing that is sometimes confusing about the pranayama breath, now you've got the breathing down, that's not going to be a problem, but now we're going to add on our arms and our head and pretty much the rest of the body. So things are going to get complex. Oh my gosh, don't worry, you got that breathing down though. So even if you just stand here and do that pranayama breath that we were just doing without even moving your arms, you're going to still feel great. So here's how this is going to go. We're going to interlace our fingers, nice, firm, strong grip here. And those knuckles are going to go right up underneath your chin. Now, a couple important things to remember. Your knuckles come to your chin. Your chin does not come to your knuckles. You stand nice and tall with your shoulders right over your hip in a beautiful mountain pose, and you just kind of tuck those knuckles right up underneath your chin. And then check in with your shoulders. Now this is why we warmed up our shoulders. Your shoulders are still back and down. So sometimes it's tempting, you're bringing your knuckles up and it's tempting to want to kind of shrug those shoulders up. No, shoulders are nice and relaxed. Just tuck those knuckles up underneath your chin. Now just like in that strong mountain pose, you're going to keep your quads lifted and you're going to squeeze through your glutes. Your legs are a strong, firm base for this. Now I'm going to just show you the arm move, and if you want to try the arms first before you start the breathing, that's a good way to do it. So we'll just try those all by themselves. As you inhale, your elbows are going to come up nice and high until they're pretty much as high as you feel comfortable going. You might feel that stretch through your wrists, your palms. You're going to definitely feel it through your rib cage. So you just lift those elbows up. One thing to really watch out for is that you don't want those shoulders to creep up into your ears. So your shoulders are going to stay back and down as you lift your elbows up. Your sternum can lift up a little bit, but those shoulders are going to stay back and down. So just try that move. Feel a little stretch through your fingers. Feel that lift and open your rib cage. Now here comes the challenging part, the exhale. You're going to lift your chin to the ceiling as we exhale. Palms are going to come together, wrists are going to come together, and your arms are going to come together. Now eventually in that pranayama, your elbows are going to be right in front of your shoulders, and your head is going to be straight back, crown of your head to your elbows, making a nice long line. But you do you. Find your comfort zone with this pranayama. If you've got tightness through your shoulders, you might not be able to bring it all together. That's okay. Or if you've got tightness in your neck, same thing. You might not be comfortable dropping your head all the way back. That's okay. Listen to your body, especially on that exhale when your head goes back. More think of lifting your chin up as opposed to just dropping your head back. Your shoulders are still back and down. Your sternum is lifting up, rib cage is lifting up. Keep squeezing through your glutes so that as your head drops back, you don't end up in bimbo butt. So those moves again, as you inhale, elbows float up. As you exhale, elbows come forward. As you inhale, your chin's gonna come down. As you exhale, your chin's gonna go up. So we're gonna do a whole bunch of these. So one of them's gonna be right. And like I said, if this whole arm head thing is just like, nope, not today. Just stand there and do the breathing in mountain pose. It's still gonna feel awesome. So we're doing the 6 count, in through the nose, out through the mouth, strong, okay? I'm gonna let you do the first couple by yourself, and then I'm gonna join in, because I really love this breathing, and I wanna do it too, but I wanna get you started with the rhythm, all right? So interlace your fingers right up underneath your chin. Standing tall, sternum is lifted, rib cage is lifted, quads are lifted, glutes are squeezed. You've got strong base there. Now just take one deep breath in and just let it out. Just a nice easy breath. Just let out all that air. Get ready. Let's begin. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, chin comes down, elbows float up. Exhale, chin goes up, palms touch, wrists, elbows. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. Two more. And release your arms down by your sides and come back to your mountain pose. So there you have it. That is Bikram-style Pranayama breathing. And if it felt a little awkward today, don't worry. We'll bring that one back a couple times, and it'll get better and better. And yeah, that is one of my favorites. So now that you've really opened up through your breathing, we're going to get into our sun salutation. And anytime you feel like you want to slow down your breathing, you know how to do it. Just add that little bit of constriction in the back of your throat that you can push against and pull against, and having that little extra bit of resistance works your abdominal muscles harder. for those deep breaths. All right, so let's get into our sun salutations. Starting, we're just gonna dive right in. Nice deep breath in, reach all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down, all the way. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Actually, we're gonna do this little subset. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way back up, reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. Just realized how tight my hamstrings are. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Forward fold, tuck it all in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up, reach up at the top. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, mountain. Let's add on the vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift, nice deep breath. Bring your hands down underneath your shoulders. Step it back into plank. Let's hold this plank for a second. Use those nice strong breaths. Slight protraction through your shoulders, tucking your tailbone under, hips and ribs tucking together. Take a nice deep breath in and then exhale and lower down chaturanga. Elbows straight back, chest and chin hover above the floor. Inhale, scoop it forward and up into up dog. Turn your toes under, and as you exhale, push and pull it back into down dog. Let's do that again. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Couple modifications. Inhale, plank on your knees. Exhale, chaturanga on your knees. Inhale, scoop it up, baby cobra, leaving your rib cage on the floor. Exhale, pull it back, child pose. All of those easier on wrists, elbows, shoulders, and lower back. Take them if you need them. Inhale, plank on your knees or on your toes. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or toes. Inhale, scoop it up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pull it back, down dog or child pose. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up, reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Hands down. Step back plank and go through your vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog or child pose. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up, reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. Let's do it one more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, step back plank, and go through your vinyasa. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. Ooh, all right. So one of the things that those nice deep breaths can be good for is for giving you a little extra strength in a posture that is challenging. So we're going to start with some of those squatting postures to wake up those legs. So we're going to do chair pose. So for this version of chair pose, want our feet about hip distance. And we're going to sit back. You're going to feel that weight shift back into your heels, so you're working your glutes and your hamstrings. But first, let's roll those shoulders back and down, and our arms are going to be reaching out in front. So watch out for shoulders, because they're going to want to creep up or they're going to want to reach forward. So retract and depress. Think of scooping your arms forward so you feel that connection between your bicep and your chest. Nice deep breath, lifting your ribs away from your hips. And let's just sit back. Feel that weight shift back into your heels. Glutes and hamstrings are doing the work. And just come back as far as you are feeling comfortable. Abs are engaged. Chest is lifted. Shoulders stay back and down. And then check in with your knees. Make sure they're not trying to come together. Squeeze your glutes to open those knees out. And check in with your toes. Make sure your toes aren't trying to open out to the side. They stay parallel. Just hang out there for a second, breathing. And come on up. Release your arms down. Take a couple deep breaths. So just a quick reminder of the posture. You want to make sure that your toes, heels, knees, hands, all 6 inches apart. So watch out for this and watch out for that. All right, so this time, when we get into chair pose, we're going to focus in on those deep ujjayi breaths. So make that little hissing sound in the back of your throat. And we're going to really focus in on that. They might not be as slow as they were before. So don't worry so much about the rhythm. Get that sound going. Get that little restriction going. And you might find that chair pose is just a tiny bit easier. Let's roll those shoulders back and down. Scoop your arms forward. Get that connection, pecs and biceps. Take a nice deep breath in, just a regular old deep breath in, filling your lungs. Exhale. Sit back. Find your chair pose. And then get those ujjayi breaths going. Inhale and come up. And release it down. Take a couple just nice deep breaths. So I'll share what I felt. I felt the first one, I felt a little stress, just a tiny bit of stress in my lower back. As soon as I started that ujjayi breath, it engaged my core in exactly the right way, so I stopped feeling my back. So that's an important takeaway. You felt whatever you felt on the second one, and if you want to include it in the comments, I would love to know. We're going to try another one. A little different. We're going to go back to that triangle pose that we did a few days ago, I think. Sometime last week we did our triangle pose. Whew, It's a challenging posture. There's a lot going on in it, and we're gonna add that breath focus. So let's take a deep breath in and reach up, and you're gonna step out nice and wide. Big wide stance. And remember, in this one, eventually those ankles are right underneath your wrists. So it's a big step. If that's not today, that's absolutely okay. So I'm going to start by turning those toes out on the left side. Let your heel flare back on the right side. Check in with your hips. Hips stay level. So that right hip is going to want to pop up like this. Don't let it. Squeeze your glutes on the right side. Get those hips level. They don't have to be square to the wall or anything. Mine are at kind of an angle to the corner, but you want them level to the floor. Okay. Arms are going to reach out at shoulder level, and we're going to lunge down into that left leg. Keep those hips open and level. Keep your shoulders over your hips as you lunge down until your knee is over your ankle on that left side. So if you notice that the deeper you go in that lunge, the more your hip shifts, then go for a narrower stance. So find your lunge, whatever it is looking like for you today. Knee over ankle, quads engaged on that right leg, hips level, rib cage lifted away from hips. Now flip your palms. Reach your right arm up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Reach, reach, reach. Left hand on the back, on the inside of your left knee. And you're just going to slide that arm down as you reach your right side up. So find your triangle, whatever it is looking like for you today, and then get those Ujjayi breaths going. If you're comfortable, you can turn and look up at your right hand. A little challenging for the balance, so listen to your body. And then get those deep breaths going. Inhale, come up, and switch your feet. Right foot out, left heel flares back, level off your hips. Arms are reaching out at shoulder level. Keep those hips level. Keep your shoulders over your hips as you lunge down, knee over ankle. And remember, if you try to go down and your whole upper body starts shifting, it probably means your stance is a little too wide. It's wider than your hips want it to be. So find your lunge, your triangle pose. Flip your palms, reach that left arm up. Really reach through your whole side. Back of your right hand on the inside of your right knee. You can even push into it. Keep reaching up as you slide down. Keep breathing as you come down. Find your triangle. Chest is open. There's still that little open space above your right hip. Head in line with your spine. And if your balance is okay today, you can just swivel your chin towards your left shoulder and look up at your left hand. Find your triangle. Now take those deep breaths. And inhale up. Feet come together, arms come up on your inhale. Woo! And then release it back down. All right. Come on down to the floor. So it's kind of amazing how just changing your breathing can change your whole focus. I mean, it just narrows down to just that amazing sound, and suddenly it's less about, oh, my knees got that little twinge in, and oh, my back, and oh, this, and oh, my grocery shopping, and and it just becomes about being right in the present moment. I really hope that you felt a little bit of that today. So now we're going to get a little massage for those hips. It's wind removing pose time. And we're going to use those deep breaths to get a little extra out of that massage. So roll back, extend your left leg out along the floor and pull that right knee in. Interlace your fingers, that nice tight grip. Bring it just below your kneecap. Pull that leg out, around, and in towards your armpit. Releasing the muscles through your legs. Release your core. And let your arms do the work. Now get back into that Ujjayi breath. Take a nice, deep, slow breath in. And as you exhale, that strong exhale, pull your knee in a little closer. And then release it down. Ooh. And inhale your left knee up and in. Get that nice tight grip. Just below your kneecap. Pull it out, around, in towards your armpit. Relaxing through your legs. Ooh. Let your arms do the work. Deep breaths. And release it down. Ooh. And all the blood flow back into those hips. And then inhale both knees up at the same time. Wrap your arms around your legs. You're going to want to cross your ankles, or at least I know I do. My legs are a little uneven, so I like to cross them. But keep your feet side by side. Wrap your arms around. Go for your elbows. But if you can't quite reach them, that's okay. Forearms, wrists, fingertips, whatever is your tightest grip. And then let your head come back down to the floor. Think of lengthening the back of your neck into the floor. Get that nice tight grip around your legs. Let your legs just relax. They're just along for the ride. But our arms, back, chest, all going to do some serious work here. First, let's take that deep, slow breath in and let your abdomen and ribcage expand, pushing your legs away. And then exhale and pull in with those arms. Keep those deep breaths going, even though you're creating this tiny little space. And then release that down into Shavasana and feel all that blood flow back into your arms, and your legs, your hips. Oh, that's good. Let's do a little gentle rock and roll up so that we can get into our spine twist. Last little thing here. Oh, my garage is extra cold today. Cross your right leg over your left. That left leg can stay out straight, or if you like, you can curl it around. You just want to make sure that you got both butt cheeks on the floor. So if you curl that left leg around and suddenly you're tilted up on one hip, then go ahead and leave it straight. Right arm is going to come back behind you, push the floor away. Shoulder stays down, sternum lifts up. In headlock, that right knee with your left elbow, or if your shoulder says it's okay, bring your elbow to the outside of your knee, and you can get a little extra twist. Keeping your shoulders pretty level, spine nice and tall, and then just swivel your head right on top of your spine And then focus on taking those deep breaths right into the center of your body. Expand. And then slowly unwind, uncross, cross left over right. Right leg can be out straight or curl around. Both butt cheeks on the floor. And then bring that left arm back behind you, pushing the floor away. Shoulder back and down. Sternum up tall. Headlock that left knee with your right arm. Or if your right shoulder says it's okay, bring your elbow to the outside and let that press you a little deeper into that twist. Always thinking of getting tall before you twist. Head right in line with your spine. It just swivels to look over your left shoulder. Breathing deeply. And then unwind. Ooh. And come on back into a seated position right where you started. Thank you so much for joining me today, whether you're here with me live or you're here a little later in the day. I hope that those breathing exercises helped you just as much as they help me every time I do them. This was actually a really nice reminder for me. So when your mind is just chattering away at you and you just can't get it to slow down and just be quiet, those ujjayi breaths just all by themselves are just incredible. They just do an amazing, it's like a magic trick. And if your shoulders and your neck are feeling a little tight, if you've been sitting and you want to take a desk break, then the full pranayama breathing, you can do that anytime. You don't have to warm up into it. You just jump right into that pranayama breathing. And I promise it just brings your focus right back and feels so incredibly good. Let's take a deep breath in. Reach up. Palms touch. Exhale. Hands down to heart center. Thanks again so much for coming. If you have any comments, any requests, you just let me know. Just leave a comment for me. Let me know you're here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, everybody. Namaste. Hey, everybody. Thanks again. Sometimes it's nice to come and be face to face. I can see all the stuff that's happening on one side of the screen, but I can't actually read it from all the way back there. So thanks for tuning in. And I hope you all have a really great day. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy, stay well, and I'll see you next time.